Toya Johnson's life reads like a testament to survival and self-discovery. Born as Antonia Toya Johnson on January 24, 1979, in New Orleans, Louisiana, she grew up in a world where challenges often outweighed opportunities. Raised in a household grappling with poverty, addiction, and instability, Toya was forced to mature quickly. Her story is not just one of fame by association. It is a narrative of determination, courage, and the pursuit of independence. While the public often knows her as Lil Wayne's former partner, her life encompasses far more than celebrity headlines. From her early struggles as a teenage mother to her journey as an author, entrepreneur, and reality TV star, Toya has consistently fought to define herself on her own terms. Her story illustrates that resilience is not just surviving hardship, but transforming it into empowerment. Early life in New Orleans. Growing up as the youngest in a large family, Toya Johnson's early years were defined by chaos and instability. Her parents battled their own demons, leaving her to navigate childhood largely on her own. In New Orleans, a city with a rich musical culture but also deep social challenges, survival often required adaptability and quick maturity. Despite these hardships, Toya developed a keen sense of independence and resilience. She learned to care for herself and her younger siblings, absorbing lessons from experience rather than guidance. These formative years shaped her sense of self-reliance, teaching her that survival often required making tough choices and standing firm in difficult circumstances. By the time she entered adolescence, Toya had already begun carving a path distinct from her family's struggles, driven by a desire to build a life that was her own. Teenage love and early motherhood. At just 14, Toya Johnson met Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., later known globally as Lil Wayne, when he was an aspiring rapper trying to break into the music scene. Their relationship quickly grew serious, though neither was ready for the life-altering responsibilities it would bring. By 15, Toya discovered she was pregnant. The news was met with shock and concern from both families, who feared teenage pregnancy could derail their futures. Despite the overwhelming pressure, Toya was determined to rise to the challenge. On November 29, 1998, she gave birth to her daughter, Regina Carter, who instantly became her priority. The experience of becoming a young mother while navigating a relationship with a future superstar thrust her into a world of attention, expectation, and responsibility far beyond her years. It was a defining period that taught her resilience, responsibility, and the importance of self-determination. Life with Lil Wayne. As Lil Wayne's career began to soar, Toya found herself in a unique but complicated position. She was both a young mother and the partner of an emerging superstar. The glitz of the music industry, from recording studios to high-profile events, contrasted sharply with the reality of teenage motherhood. Toya was constantly under the public eye, and her personal ambitions were often overshadowed by Wayne's growing fame. Despite the challenges, she remained committed to her daughter and worked to maintain her own identity. By 2004, the couple married, but Toya realized that the power dynamics left her dependent on someone else's career and mood. Financial security was present, but autonomy was not. She recognized that being defined solely as a rapper's partner was limiting. This realization set the stage for her eventual decision to pursue independence and reclaim control over her life. Discovering personal ambitions. During her marriage, Toya began exploring her own creative pursuits, especially music. Immersed in New Orleans' rich musical heritage and Wayne's hip-hop world, she experimented with singing, songwriting, and performing locally. Inspired by artists like Whitney Houston and Janet Jackson, she developed her own voice, channeling her experiences as a young mother into her work. Though her early recordings did not attract major label attention, they were vital in helping her form an artistic identity separate from Wayne's fame. Music became a therapeutic outlet, allowing her to process loneliness, frustration, and the pressure of living in someone else's shadow. Even with limited parental guidance due to her family's struggles, Toya continued honing her craft while navigating motherhood, learning about life and resilience through personal experience rather than structured support. These early efforts would become the foundation for her later ventures. Choosing independence. By 2006, Toya made the courageous decision to divorce Lil Wayne, despite the security and fame the marriage offered. She realized that dependency was another form of confinement, and she refused to compromise her freedom for comfort. Walking away was not an easy choice. It required courage, self-reflection, and a commitment to prioritize herself and her daughter. Toya understood that independence would bring challenges, but she valued autonomy over convenience. The public and media struggled to comprehend her decision, viewing it as risky and unconventional. Yet for Toya, leaving was a necessary step in reclaiming her identity. She sought to redefine herself not as a superstar's partner, but as a mother, woman, and professional capable of forging her own path. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a journey defined by resilience, personal growth, and self-determination. Embracing authorship. Following her divorce, Toya Johnson embarked on a career as a writer. Her autobiography offered an intimate glimpse into her life, detailing her upbringing, teenage motherhood, and experiences with fame. The process of writing was both exhausting and liberating. She relived painful memories, nights Wayne was absent, feelings of invisibility at events, and the constant balancing act between supporting someone else's dreams while nurturing her own. Publishing the book allowed Toya to control her narrative, offering readers insight into her personal struggles and triumphs. The memoir also validated her experiences, proving that her story had significance beyond her connection to Lil Wayne. It marked the first step in establishing her public identity on her own terms, demonstrating that her voice mattered and her journey could inspire others facing similar challenges. Reality, television, and public life reality television provided Toya with a platform to further define herself independently. She starred in shows highlighting her life, personality, and business acumen, allowing audiences to see beyond her associations with famous men. The format showcased her as a devoted mother, entrepreneur, and woman with ambitions extending far beyond her romantic relationships. The success of these shows illustrated that Toya's narrative resonated with viewers who appreciated her authenticity and resilience. Reality TV also offered her opportunities to address misconceptions, manage her image, and connect with a broader audience. These experiences reinforced her independence and public credibility, proving that she could thrive outside the shadow of fame. Toya's journey through television emphasized empowerment, demonstrating that personal and professional identity could coexist with public visibility and entertainment. Marriage and challenges. In 2011, Toya married music executive Mickey Memphis Wright, whose charm and success initially promised love and partnership. Their courtship was intense, with Memphis appearing attentive, supportive, and respectful of Toya's independence. On the surface, the marriage seemed ideal, with lavish weddings and media attention. However, troubling dynamics soon emerged. Memphis exhibited controlling behavior, subtly influencing Toya's decisions, friendships, and business choices. His temper became apparent, creating tension and fear in private. As public allegations of past abusive behavior surfaced, Toya faced an impossible balancing act, defending her husband while navigating a deteriorating personal environment. Their appearance on a reality show to repair their marriage only magnified underlying issues, ultimately exposing the depth of the problems and forcing Toya to confront them publicly. Recognizing toxicity. Toya's journey through her marriage with Memphis Wright highlighted her resilience and self-awareness. Despite the glamour and initial affection, she refused to ignore red flags. Public displays of aggression, arguments captured on camera, and evidence of controlling behavior revealed the reality behind the facade. Toya's prior experiences equipped her to identify and confront toxicity, understanding that boundaries were essential for her safety and emotional well-being. Unlike earlier periods of compromise in her life, she chose to prioritize her autonomy and the stability of her daughter's life over maintaining appearances. Her decision to separate from Memphis marked another chapter of empowerment, reinforcing a pattern of refusing to tolerate unhealthy dynamics, regardless of external pressures or societal expectations. Tragedy and loss. In 2016, Toya Johnson faced one of the most devastating experiences of her life. Her brothers, Ryan Rudy Johnson and Joshua Josh Johnson, were tragically shot and killed in New Orleans, leaving her family reeling. The double homicide shattered her world, compounding years of personal struggle and heartbreak. This loss underscored the harsh realities of her environment and reinforced the importance of resilience in the face of tragedy. Toya's ability to navigate grief while maintaining her responsibilities as a mother and public figure demonstrated remarkable strength. The experience further cemented her belief in the necessity of boundaries, self-protection, and valuing life's priorities. Even amidst unimaginable pain, she remained committed to raising her daughter and reclaiming her personal narrative, exemplifying the profound depth of her endurance. Continuing growth and independence. Despite public scrutiny, personal heartbreak, and professional challenges, Toya Johnson has consistently demonstrated growth and resilience. Her story reflects a journey from a vulnerable teenager navigating complex relationships to a confident woman asserting her independence. Through authorship, entrepreneurship, and television, she has cultivated a platform to share her voice, inspire others, and define her identity on her terms. Toya's life emphasizes that personal empowerment often requires difficult choices, courage, and self-awareness. By refusing to be confined by relationships, societal expectations, or past mistakes, she embodies the essence of resilience, showing that success is not only measured in fame or wealth, but in the ability to survive, evolve, and thrive independently. Conclusion: a life defined by resilience. Toya Johnson's life journey is a testament to strength, independence, and perseverance. From her challenging upbringing in New Orleans to becoming a teenage mother and navigating high-profile relationships, she has faced adversity at every stage. Each decision, from divorcing Lil Wayne to leaving a toxic marriage and sharing her story publicly, reflects her unwavering commitment to self-determination. Beyond fame and public perception, Toya has built a life defined by personal agency, creativity, and resilience. She continues to inspire others by showing that even in the face of hardship, it is possible to reclaim control, pursue dreams, and thrive. Her story proves that true empowerment comes from embracing one's experiences, learning from them, and refusing to allow circumstances to define one's destiny.